Scores. Welcome back to the Real Hooper Show. I'm your boy, Sean Suge Amos. And we gotta talk some hoops. We gotta talk some perspective. And I got my guy with me, my guy behind the camera. E, what's good with you?
What's good, bro?
How you feeling, man?
Feeling good, bro.
Yeah, good. That's always good to hear. It's always good to hear my guys feeling good, man. Because if you felt bad, I wouldn't care. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't care about that. Hey, man, look. So, are you a good dancer?
I got a mean two-step to me.
Yeah, I got a two-step champ back in the day, too. I didn't know Steve Nash can move the way he did, though. Balls, Yeah, but Steve Nash was, he showed he can break dance, he can pop lock, on a NBC show with Taylor Rooks. They said he was trying to show off for her. Now, let me ask you this, E. Have you ever shown off for a girl in that way? Like, look at these moves.
Dancing? Nah, I can't dance, so that's not...
What's the craziest thing you've done? Like, as far as, like, showing off?
Nah, I don't be showing off, to be honest.
Oh, man, that's why he's celibate, y'all. Yo, got no show off, Gabe. So, here's the thing, right? So, you young. I'm not young, but I'm too young to have done this. But back in the day, before like rap music, culturally, the whole thing, guys used to have a dance off for girls. Really? I ain't lying. They listen, we gotta put this in the clip because people going to film you on this. If a guy liked a girl and he it was like a beef between the two for the girl, they just have a dance off right in the park. Right in the park, they have a dance off.
Bro, that's lame, bro.
All right, so what you rather do? You rather stab him or dance off with him? What you want to do? Like, how you want to do it? You rather go to jail or have a dance off? Let me know.
But we gotta throw hands.
You gonna throw hands instead of have a dance off?
But we could roast each other. There's multiple advantages. You can play
Dog.
one-on-one.
No. So you going to roast them instead of just showing your dance moves. Are you scared you're going to lose the dance? Now, let me ask you this. How would you feel though if you wanted to fight and the other guy just wanted to dance and he started dancing, and then he took your girl. You sitting there with your hands up, and your girl walk off like, so emotional. How would you feel about this?
Bro, that means she wasn't meant for me, bro.
Yeah, all right, bro. The girl who meant for you is the one who want to see you throw hands and die for her, huh? I see what's going on. But Steve Nash, shout out Steve Nash, man. I'm not going to say, I don't know if Steve Nash is married or not, but I'm not going to say Steve Nash was doing it for Taylor Rooks, but if he was doing it for Taylor Rooks, here's how you should have did it. He should start doing his move, pop locking, whatever, and then grab that hand and and then pull it up and see what she can do. You know what I'm saying? That's what I would have done if I was Steve Nash. Only if I was Steve Nash, of course. Speaking of dancing, Magic City is hosting the Hawks. They get some lemon pepper wings, got some Magic City merch. Some good marketing, but Luke Cornett doesn't find it too amusing. Here's the thing. Before I, say my jokes and be funny, I understand where Luke is coming from. I totally agree in everything he's saying. However, America consists of various cultures. And as long as these cultures are not harmful, at least intentionally harmful, as long as if this is an adult entertainment, as long as there are all adults involved are of age and consensual, we got to respect people's culture. Now, for some of you, you may have never been to Atlanta. And that's okay. Because if that's not your culture or what you look for, I don't suggest you go to Atlanta in that world. Not to say that's what Atlanta consists of. But if you remember, when we were in the pandemic, everybody was scared for their lives. Oh my God, where's the mask? Where's the mask? 6 feet. Leave your shoes outside. Can't meet nobody. Let's eat on the curbs. Atlanta was still popping. Atlanta was wide open. Atlanta, clubs was open, everything. They had a different culture down there. They live by different rules down there. Luke Cornett is from Lexington, Kentucky. And I believe he grew up in Texas, right? Something like that. That's a different culture from Atlanta. Let people have what they want to have, bro. Like, you don't, like, I understand, like, the NBA is a community that promotes family. Just don't bring your family to Magic City. Just don't go to Magic City, Cornett. That's all this is about, right? So I understand where he's coming from, but I don't think we always have to have this melting pot of the United States. Now, me personally, I don't mind it. I don't go to strip clubs. Well, at least I haven't in a long time. I don't like to put statements on stuff. You know what I mean? You might catch me over there doing some research one day, and I'm doing some journalism. And shoot, you might be like, yo, I thought you said you ain't do this. I don't. I'm doing work, bro. Like, but it's gonna be hard to explain it, especially, you know what I mean, if you catch me drinking some water out of a glass with a cocktail straw. So you know, I agree with Luke. I'm a family man myself. But my guy E here. If my guy E wanted to go to such an establishment, and he asked me as a person who's older in his life, and he might be lost in how to navigate in that world, what should he do in certain situations? Which room or whatever he should go? You know, I might know a friend who know a friend who know a friend that I can get some advice to give to him. But he may want to live that for a little bit for excitement. And, you know, you gotta get that. You gotta get the young man out of his life. Gotta get that out of. Gotta cross off his bucket list. It might be a bucket list thing for him, you know. And I would love to assist him, and when it comes to helping him navigate through his bucket list. Would you see yourself going there for some lemon pepper wings? I hear the lemon pepper wings is really good at Magic City.
I know. I gotta do my research, bro.
Gotta do my research.
Yeah.
Okay.
I heard they were pretty good too.
Yeah. You know what? I was thinking the same thing. Haven't had some good lemon pepper wings. I had some lemon pepper wings from Wingstop, but is it really the same as Magic City? You feel me?
We gotta compare it, bro.
Yeah. Definitely gotta check it out. But shout out to Luke Cornett, man, for staying. I like the bravery. I like that. You know what it reminds me of? I rewatched this movie, American Gangster, right? And the cop, I'm drawing a blank on his name, but if you watch the movie, you know what I'm talking about. They had found $1 million in the trunk, and they turned it in. But his partner was like, yo, don't turn it in. They're going to look at the other cops, the fellow cops going to look at us. It's like we would tell on the dirty cops. And you know how they treat us after that. He still turned $1 million in. So I feel like that's how Luke Cornett is being looked at now at the NBA. You did an open letter? Really? That's what you do? Open letter? Really? Wow. We know not to hang with him. We know what he gonna be on. So congratulations, Luke Cornett. No one's coming to your birthday. Sorry. Doug Christie. Doug Christie was caught sniffing some, what it looks like to me is a known, ammonia salt. Ammonia salt. Now, if you're not familiar with ammonia, it comes in a liquid form. You may have seen it in movies, or maybe you've passed out yourself or somebody woke you up with some ammonia. But what it does it triggers a rapid, intense burst of adrenaline, and it increases your alertness. Listen, my grandmom used to use the liquid form. She used to put it on the trash because the alley cats would rip the trash apart. Now you got trash all over the backyard for the next 3 days until the trash men come. Oh, we got to clean it up. So she would put it all over she would do that or bleach, right? Now, I have no clue why Doug Christie need to do that. I have no clue. I don't know. Maybe he was tired. Maybe he was tired. I mean, the coaches in the NBA work really hard. They work really hard. Like they're in film all day. They're looking at film. They're looking at all this good stuff. But the only problem I have with this is it was his reaction. Like, why do you react like that? Like, you know cameras around, bro. You act like a damn fool, bro. Like, grow up. Like, Doug, grow up, bro. Like, was it your first time hitting the ammonia, bro? Like, just relax. Calm down, you know? Have you ever smelled ammonia?
No, I haven't had that.
Yeah, I've never smelled it either. I'm about to act like I smelled it, but I've never smelled it before. I don't know. To me, I just think Doug Christie getting too much money. He need a pay cut because you doing stuff like that for no reason at this point.
He's bored on the bench.
Yeah, bro. Like what happened to good old go to the bathroom, throw water on your face? You know what I'm saying? What happened to a little energy drink? You know, they don't make energy drinks no more. Like, come on, bro. You up here. And it's only a boost of energy for the moment. Jesus. Like, you out here acting a fool over nothing. And what you need a boost of energy for? You losing. Your team sucks. It's like, I'm literally watching Sacramento. Well, I got Sacramento and Phoenix playing in the background. Right now, it is 5 minutes and 40 seconds to go in the fourth quarter. And Phoenix is up 106-89. You doing all that for that? You really is going crazy over that team? Like, let's be for real, man. Another thing that I've saw that really touched my heart. That touched my heart, man. Not to be too sentimental about it, but it really touched my heart, man. Seeing Stephon Marbury and Sebastian Telfair reconcile their differences. You got a brother, E? You ever have a fallout with your brother where y'all didn't talk for days?
No, nah. Not days, nah.
Yeah, y'all really love each other. Y'all ain't talk for days. Y'all can
2 or 3 days.
2 or 3 days?
Yeah.
Could you imagine not talking to your brother for 19 or 17 years?
Nah, I can't imagine that though.
Yeah, see, that's a little intense, ain't it?
Yeah.
See, here's the thing, right? Now, just so we know, before I go into this, I want all the viewers to understand this, right? On the Real Hooper Show, we not only talk hoops, we talk about things that happen in life. Like basketball is just a parallel for me anyway. It's just a parallel to the real world. It's just a parallel to the real world. Like, you wake up early, you're trying to outwork everyone in practice, you're trying to get more shots up. That's the same work ethic you should have in the real world. You should have the same work ethic in the real world. Your competitive drive should be the same way. Your ability to work with others should be the same way. It's just a parallel to the real world. So I said all that to say that I'm using these two basketball figures to hopefully help someone in life, right? So Sebastian Telfair and Stephon Marbury had a fallout years ago. When I say years ago, I'm talking, I want to say early 2000s, mid 2000s. And it stemmed from a relationship Jay-Z had with Sebastian Telfair. And Stephon Marbury and Jay-Z wasn't seeing eye to eye at one point. Maybe they still don't see eye to eye. And by the way, this is what I've read. So this is what I've got from the media. And this is also what Sebastian Telfair has said. But I don't know all of Stephon Marbury's side of the story. So, but I'm going to give you my take on it. Jay-Z said a line in a song called Memphis Bleak, smoking that la, thugging that la. He said a line that goes, I'm not Marbury out this. You run up on me at the light, you can lose your. So he said that, and Marbury was kind of offended because Marbury had got robbed at the light at a stoplight of $150,000 worth of jewelry. So he didn't. So Marbury wasn't amused by that. Then he called Jay-Z out because of it. Fast forward, there's a game where there's a league in the Rucker Park where it's star-studded. You can't get on this court unless you're a former NBA player, current NBA player, up-and-coming NBA player. You can't get on this court. Fat Joe and Jay-Z has a team, but they both have their own, separate teams. And Jay-Z has Sebastian Telfair on his team, and Fat Joe has Stephon Marbury on his team. So now Stephon Marbury's like, yo, I don't like this. I don't like you, Jay-Z. I don't like none of y'all. And so, in addition to that, Sebastian Telfair feels like Stephon Marbury didn't take care of the family like he should have. He made all his money, didn't take care of the family like he should have, right? Now, here's the thing. This happens often, especially in our community, especially, I say our community, I mean the black community, but it also can happen in other races as well. So hopefully I'm helping you guys out and talking to you guys as well. We often fall out with friends and family members based off of like codes and ethics that we probably no longer live by, or because of things we no longer care about. But our pride will not allow us to reconcile our differences. Now, this, like I said, this has happened early 2000s. We just now seen Stephon Marbury and Sebastian Telfair together in 2026. I know this was before 2009 because I remember being in college and watching Stephon Marbury call Jay-Z a camel on a webcam. So let's say it's just around 2008, 2009. We talking about a beef, a silly beef that almost lasted, almost 17 years? You don't talk to your cousin. So now your cousin goes through all these things. So your cousin, as in Sebastian Telfair, he goes through all these things. He goes through the gun charge. He goes to jail. Now he's, allegedly broke, and he lives in the projects again. Now, if Sebastian Telfair issue was, yo, man, we need to take care of our family, now y'all in the same position y'all was in the early 2000s, because now you don't have the money, but Stephon Marbury does. Now you're hoping that Stephon Marbury take care of the family like he once did, like he once should have, in his opinion. But Stephon Marbury probably not getting, hopefully he's getting the same type of money, but at the end of the day, y'all back in the same position when all y'all had to do was have a conversation, respect, boundaries, and understanding. Y'all could have put that money, y'all NBA money together and did exactly what you wanted. But because our ego and pride got in the way, now we just seeing you guys on Instagram. You guys could have did so much for the neighborhood, but because Jay-Z said a line and you ain't like, and I think it was another thing with a woman that he was arguing about in the club that really escalated. So I said, I wanted to share that story. Like I said, I'm excited to see them together and see what they got going on. They said they got a project coming up or whatnot. So I'm excited to see what it is because we all wanted to see this. We all want to see it. And I also too, I left another key out that they had a one-on-one where Sebastian Telfair won, and then it was kind of like heated and, just competitive stuff. But like 17 years? 17 years? You know what I'm saying? It's crazy. It's crazy. And we do a lot of that stuff, man. We do a lot of that separation because of simple stuff like that. Before I go on to the next topic, make sure y'all go to goalsactivewear.com. This episode or this show is sponsored by goalsactivewear.com. Make sure y'all support the brand. Make sure y'all get yourself a Real Hoopers hoodie. Got it in the back there. Okay, Real Hoopers hoodie. You get 15% off when you use the code Real Hoopers. No space in between. Real Hoopers get 15% off. 15% off the entire store. We appreciate the love. We appreciate the support. Now back to the show. Now my guy E. My guy E over here is a big Stephen Curry fan. Where does Stephen Curry rank for you, E? 1, 2, 17?
Top 3 all time.
Top 3 all time.
Might be top 2.
Top two?
I just
Who's
have
number
a-
one? Don't be a little chump and say something that you think everybody gonna accept.
I'm gonna go Curry number one, bro.
Curry number one.
Yeah, we're gonna go Curry. No, I'm gonna go Kobe number one.
Kobe number one.
Kobe number one. Curry number two. Bron number three.
Hurts my heart. It hurts my heart to hear. But look, I respect that. Here's why I respect it. My guy E here, he's 24 years old. I would have threw this goddamn computer at his head. He would have said Magic Johnson or somebody. Not because Magic Johnson don't deserve to be anyone's number one, but because he is young. Like, you didn't see Magic Johnson. I barely saw Magic Johnson. I was born in 85. I barely saw Magic Johnson to tell you, yeah, man, I studied this game. I watched this game. Like, I knew some of his game. I saw the end of his career. I've obviously watched so many games over the years from YouTube and ESPN Classic that I can be like, oh, I see the big deal here. But I'm not going to tell you he's my number one player. But anywho, now my guy E, he sends me this post. And a gentleman made a post that says Steph Curry is the best player of our generation. And the reason why he says that is because he stayed with his team. He stayed with one team. Now, I salute anyone who stays with their team. The reason why I salute it is because the organization must have did a good job in the way they treated them. There's so many stories where the organization doesn't do a good job with treating the players well. Obviously, Steph Curry was treated very well. His rookie contract, he did $14 million. The second contract, they gave him $44 million. The third contract, they maxed him out with $200 million. Then they extended the next contract, which is on right now, with $215 million. So they treated him well financially. They also did a good job with getting him what he needed when he needed it. When he lost to the Cavs, he was like, yo, bro, it got a little real. I don't know if we can win in the next one. They figured us out. Go get KD for me. He did it. He went to go do it. They did everything he asked for. They made him a superstar. But here's the thing. The post that my guy E sent me, he in addition to Steph Curry being the best of the generation in his opinion, it has like Kevin Durant hugging himself in different jerseys. So obviously he played for the Warriors, OKC, Brooklyn, Phoenix, and now the Rockets. Same thing with Harden. Harden in several different jerseys, and as well as LeBron, of course. Now, here's my thing. I don't think people understand that this is a business. I'm not a fan of the idea of, okay, you was drafted here, win here. That idea stems from an old way of doing business in the NBA. Rookies such as Michael Jordan, when he was a rookie, was signed an 8-year contract. 8 years as a rookie on a $1.2 million deal. That's how much he got paid per year. I believe it was a $6 million deal for 8 years. Right? Or a $7 million or $8 million deal. One of the two. Y'all do the math. 8 million, 8 year, 8 million. One of the two. Rookie contract. Right? But then he got the MVP, so they had to renegotiate it. Right? They renegotiate the contract. They put him on another 7-year contract. But when Michael Jordan was winning his titles in 91, he was the 6th paid highest player. Patrick Ewing was number 1. Patrick Ewing never won a championship. Go ahead.
7 years, 6.3 mil.
Oh, 7 year, 6. Say it again.
7 years for 6.3.
7 years for 6.3. So think about that. When you sit and you look at these players from old, like realize they never left their team, just know that Magic Johnson was offered a $25 million contract for 25 years. They called it a lifetime contract. Just know that Oscar Robertson fought for the rights of players to be able to do free agencies, trades, and go where they want to go. Just know that. Just know that there was a time that a Larry Johnson signed a $110 million contract for 12 years. Just know that. So as you probably can tell, I'm pro player. Real hoopers, we pro players. And I'm not sitting here saying it's always about the money. But I do believe if you work somewhere and you don't like how people are treating you, or you think you can do better elsewhere, or you feel like they could have did a better job in certain areas, you have the right to leave. And I think that's fair. We do it every day. If someone gives me a better opportunity, I got to leave. If you're not willing to match it, I got to leave. If I didn't like the way you treated me in this process, I might have to leave. We all do it. We all got to do it. We have a family. Now, I also don't think it's fair that these players, when they lose, everyone calls them a loser. Never the organization. I mean, think about it. Before LeBron, has Cleveland ever won a championship? Before KD, or before this year, OKC never won a championship. I can't remember the last time Phoenix won a championship. I can't remember the last time the Brooklyn Nets won a championship. Can't remember the last time I do remember the last time the Houston Rockets won in 92. Philly in the 80s. So the owners haven't shown they can win championships. But you want the players to stay there until they win one. That's what cooked Damian Lillard. Damian Lillard plays for the Trailblazers for 10 years. Then he like, you know what? I'm getting old. Got to get out of here. And he goes to the Bucks, get injured. Now we haven't heard from him in almost 2 years outside of a three-point contest. Now, on Steph Curry, on the other hand, right? Steph Curry didn't have too much expectations coming in. Steph Curry has a great underdog story. Steph Curry was drafted 7th overall. Nobody thought he was going to be the Steph Curry he became. No one thought he was going to be that guy. They still was hoping for Monte Ellis. 3 years in, Steph Curry's injured. David Lee was leading them in scoring. Steph Curry, this first year, the Warriors go 26 and 56. Second year, they go 36 and 46. Third year, they go 23 and 43. Fourth year, they lose the first round. Please tell me, in what world is that acceptable for KD? In what world is that acceptable for LeBron James? When LeBron James came in the league by the third or fourth year, he was in the finals. Taking a team that we all know definitely wouldn't have been there if it wasn't for him. Mark Jackson comes to the Warriors and implement a system. For whatever reason, they gets rid of Mark Jackson. There's a lot of rumors going around, but we ain't going to get into all that. Steve Kerr takes over. Obviously, he takes over 5th year. Steph Curry wins a ring. They allow Steph Curry to develop. The demands on superstars like KD, LeBron James is a little different. Because let me tell you, here's how I know this. Steph Curry could have never won a championship. We wouldn't have cared. He would have had a career like his dad. Great shooter. Maybe we retire his jersey later on. Great shooter. But he exceeded expectations. So you got to salute him for that. Was he the best player on the team every time? No. Was he the best player in the finals? No. But the expectations is still very low for Steph Curry. Steph Curry don't make the playoffs averaging 29 points. Nobody bats an eye. Steph Curry, in the peak of his career and height of his career or at the end of his career, at some point of his career, whatever we want to pick at it, you will find games where he scores single digits. As a shooter, nobody bats an eye. So when we say he's the best player of the generation, because he stayed with the same team, just keep it a buck. Just keep it 100. Just be honest. I'm only saying this because I want to discredit KD, LeBron, and James Harden. That's all. Because nobody have high expectations of Steph Curry. Steph Curry changed the game 1,000%. I can't get a kid to do a goddamn layup to save my life. You know how many times I'm coaching and I'm like, yo, keep running to the basket. Oh, my bad. What you doing at the three-point line? You only made 1 3 in 5 games. Steph Curry is the influence behind that. So I'm okay with my guy E saying Steph Curry's the number one for him. You're 24, so Steph Curry in 2014, you were 14 years old. You was 14.
Because 10 years ago. 2026, 10 years ago, I was 14.
That's what I said.
You said 2014.
2014?
I was like 12.
Oh, my fault. I did say 2014. Okay, so you were 8 years old. No, you were 12 years old. Excuse me.
Yeah.
12. You were 12 years old. So you were 12 years old. Mm-hmm. So when you seen the rise of Steph Curry, because you wasn't watching Steph Curry at Davidson.
No.
You wasn't watching him in 09. So you seen the rise of Steph Curry, right?
Yeah.
You was like, oh my God, he 12 years old. That makes all the sense in the world. About around like 8 to 12 years old, or around 8 years old and on, that's when people have enough conscience to follow basketball.
Yeah, around 8, 9, I was a Kobe guy.
Right. So when you seeing Steph, it's like, yo, this is crazy.
Yeah.
I want to play like him. I understand that. But you don't have to associate his business relationship with his organization to prove how good he was. You follow me? So for me, I understand where he's coming from. And by the way, it's from like this page that's a Kobe page or something like that. So of course it's like, oh, let me show how LeBron and KD ain't that good. But yet KD went over to to the Golden State Warriors and got 2 rings, okay? Let's be clear, man. But nonetheless, shout out to you young guys who believe Steph Curry is the best player of all time. But I don't argue that, though. I understand that. Your metrics might be a little different. Your expectations might be a little different. As a Steph Curry fan, like, do you care if he was Finals MVP every time?
I feel like he should have at least got 2.
But do you care if he didn't get it?
That 2 that he got, it bothers me. It bothers me that he got the one with he didn't get the first one. The 2 that KD got is cool because it's KD.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
So does it, in your argument of, if you had a debate, he's the number one player, do you care if he had, I don't know how many games he scored less than 10 points, but do you care? It don't matter to you, right?
Nah, it don't bother me.
It don't matter to you.
Nah.
That's what I'm saying. Like, as a generation advance, they're not going to care about the same things we cared about. We as in guys around my age. The only reason why people care about the 6 rings, the 6-0, is because no one else ever done it. Not because no one never won 6 rings. Not because someone won 11 rings. Not because winning matters. It's just one of the only stats that someone never done. One of the only stats. We could say, oh yeah, you got 10 scoring titles. But we always pick apart the teams or whatever the case may be.
You think that's someone that will be broken ever again?
What?
The 2 or 3 peats.
It can happen again. I'm not gonna say it can't happen because it just depends on how you put the teams together.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't see it happening because I think the players have a lot of ego, contracts, money. It's big money now. Everybody's not on the team is not around 5 million, 3 million, 4 million. After their first rookie contract, you win a championship or two, you're looking at it like, all right, I can do my own thing. You know what I mean? I can see what I want to do. I want my legacy to be what it needs to be. But maybe they do stay, but I don't see it happening anytime soon. I don't see it happening anytime soon. I mean, this last 5 years is a different champion every year, or the last 6 years. So I don't see it happening anytime soon, though. So for me, hopefully it happens. Because I'm not that type of guy. I'm not the type of guy that want to live in the past forever. I'm a LeBron fan, as people know, but I don't. If we get a chance, the opportunity to see a player breaks LeBron record, I'm all for that. I'm all for that. That means another career of greatness from some player, right? But the things that matter to us as in my age, don't matter to the guys before me. There's people like, nah, man, you had to see Magic. You had to see Kareem, man. And I can imagine the people who watch Kareem also watch Kareem in the height of a civil rights movement. They also watch Kareem with an innovative hook shot. And that was probably crazy to them. Just as much as fading away was crazy to me. Just as much as shooting a 3 on a fast break was crazy to my guy E. That's how it works. Now, I want you to think about this. Going back to players staying with their organization. Jonathan Kuminga averages 21 points in 27 minutes on 66% shooting for the Atlanta Hawks now. Here's a guy who was also on the Golden State Warriors that wasn't getting his just due. He wasn't getting his fair shake. He was drafted 7th and wasn't getting off the bench. He get his spot minutes, he do what he do, but not enough. Let me ask you this. Does Jonathan Kuminga stay with the Warriors until they feel like it's time to let him go? Till we as fans say, okay, I see why you don't want to do it. So we got to look at it in that way. Everybody's situation is different. Jonathan Kuminga is a good player, obviously, but he didn't get it. He didn't get along with Steve Kerr, maybe the organization, maybe he didn't fall well in the system, whatever the case may be. But now he's somewhere that's flourishing. That happens a lot. As a coach, some coaches are stuck in their ways. They might want the screen offense, the dribble drive offense. You don't got dribble drive players. You don't have dribble drive players. So therefore, a guy like Jonathan Kuminga, who's not a knockdown set shooter or a knockdown catch and shoot guy, he doesn't fit well in that system. So you have to go. And congratulations to him. Now, before we get out here, I talked a lot. And I wanted, and this is a perfect ending to me. On this show, I like to talk about the meaningful things of basketball. Like Stephon Marbury and Sebastian Telfair, I think that's meaningful. The reason why I think that's meaningful is because it's a parallel to life. We all have family members or friends that we had a fallout with. We probably still think we're in that situation with them. Haven't talked to them in years, months, days, or whatever the case may be. But you might have to see and hear my perspective on things like that to maybe motivate you to be the bigger person in this. Or maybe just follow your pride and give it a try. A situation like Steph Curry is obviously a basketball situation. But most of us are working regular jobs or real jobs or in the real world. And we might feel like we need to be we need to stay with a company to show our loyalty, but it might not be serving you anymore. Do you still stay with them? There's someone out there who wants to try something different in their life, who pretty much feel like they're scared, they're nervous to go take a try. All I try to do on the Real Hooper Show is obviously I want to laugh, I want to joke. Even the Magic City thing, even the Magic City with Luke Cornett. I think the world, the problem in the world today is everyone's trying to blend everything. They want this to be a melting pot of culture. It's not meant to be a melting pot of culture. It's not meant for that. So for me, I want to give you a show that's going to make you laugh, that's going to make you think, that's going to be real, that's going to be obvious sometimes. But I do want to keep you engaged and entertained. I can always get on here and read the stats of every player in the NBA. It's right there in front of us. I can just Google it. Who leads the league? Who has the highest true percentage? Who leads the league in fourth quarter points? It's easy. It's easy to do. There are plenty of guys out there that never play basketball, never play football, and they're on TV making millions of dollars just doing the stats. It's easy. Their insight comes from analytics. I'm giving you an insight from a perspective of I'm not gonna keep saying real hooper as in like anybody's a fake hooper. I'm just saying basketball changed my life. Basketball molded my life. So that's what I mean by a real hooper. So I'm giving you the perspective as I see it as a person who played basketball, who basketball was the center of my life, who coaches basketball, who had an opportunity to coach in thousands of kids. And I can see different characteristic traits and how it's spilled in the real world or how it's spilled on the court. To me, I look at stats as we see as art in a museum. You go to a museum, we can both be looking at the same painting, but we both got different perspectives. Stats doesn't tell the full story is what I'm telling you. So for instance, Luka Doncic leads the league in scoring. He leads the league in scoring, but his team is number 6 in the West. What if I told you there's someone that's just as tall as him, averaging 25 points a game, which is 8 points less than Luka Doncic. But his team is number 1 in the East. Now, who's the better point guard at that point? See, that's where the real hooper conversation coming at. Because it's easy to say Luka's a better player by just looking at the stats. If you only going off the stats, if you only going off the art on the wall. But if you're a true artist and you really understand art, you might see it painted and pictured a little different. So if you're a hooper and you really love the game and you really enjoy the game, you might see the stats a little different. So I try to go in detail with the stats and tell a story around the stats. And I obviously talk about trending topics and I obviously talk about things that matter to your life because basketball should be treated as a parallel as well as being a fan. I'm a fan of some of the things we talk about. I'm a fan of everything we talk about. Fan of all these players. But we got to understand this. We got to understand that basketball is a very creative sport and it can be used to your life in most ways. So make sure y'all understand that when you're watching the Real Hooper Show. Make sure y'all support the show by going to goalsactivewear.com. Make sure y'all use Real Hoopers at checkout if you decide or when you decide to purchase some merch. The whole store is 15% off. Make sure you follow us on all platforms. Score Society. If you want to go, whatever platform you can think of when it comes to social media, is Score Society. Until next time, let's continue to think elite and together. Welcome to Score Society.